All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
All right, it's the brothers GMS Charlotte, you know, back at you with another lesson. You know, brothers had the time today in the spirit. You know, we just wanted to get together through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and just continue to do the work.
Right.
You know? So, hey, like we always say, the Lord is always with pushing the word, man. You know? So we out here on a cool, Tuesday?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And just making it do what it do in the spirit. You know, and we wanted to just, brothers was just talking, you know, about the confusion of faith, brothers, how you're gonna have Israelites coming to the fold that don't look like necessarily your average everyday Israelite. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have Jake, because you know when you read the scriptures, it says that the seed of Israel was scattered to the four corners of the earth, man.
Right.
So you got Jake in every nation on the planet. You know, so we just wanted to bring out a couple scriptures and hopefully edify, man, and wrap it up. You know?
Right.
We jump straight into it. We loud, baby.
Daniel 9:7. It says, "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day."
Right. Give me that picture of Blake Griffin's son too. I'm gonna put that in the screen too. Read that again.
Daniel 9:7. "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day."
As at this day, man. All right. Because you got Jake, as I stated earlier, you got Jake all scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's blended in with these heathen nations, man. All right. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. The seed of Jacob has been you know, scattered everywhere, you know. You know, so you're gonna have Jake, especially you know, because people like to make this about color. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to the bloodline, man. All right, when you get understanding through the scriptures, you know. Read that one more time, Mike.
Daniel 9:7. "O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel, that whether thou hast driven them, because of their trespass, they have trespassed against thee."
You see? And it says, through all the countries, whether thou hast driven them, man. All right? Because you got to understand, through slavery, all right, Jake was scattered everywhere, man.
Right.
You know? You had a good bulk of the Judites that came out of West Africa to the Americas. Then you had the Native Americans, so-called, and Latinos that were shipped from the Americas to over to Europe.
Right.
All right? And different parts of the so-called Caribbean islands and whatnot, South America. All right, so the seed of Israel is everywhere, man. You see?
Says, "O Lord, to us belongs the confusion of face, to our kings and to our princes and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee."
Right, you see? And these are the curses that fell upon our people. This confusion, the confusion of face is part of the curses for disobeying Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man.
Right.
You see? Because now the seed got all mixed up. You see? Let me get Habakkuk 1 and 5 real quick. Because this was considered a mystery, man. You know? And the reason why we wanted to do this lesson is that, you know, it's kind of like an exhortation, all right, for you confusion of faith brothers that watch the videos, you know, that get edified or whatnot, to start showing up at the camps, man. You know, start coming down, man. Start paying your, you know, your dues, man. Come down to the camp, get built up, man.
Right.
All right, because that's part of the prophecies, man.
Right.
You know?
It's Habakkuk 1 and 5. "Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you."
Right. The scriptures say that I will work a work in your days. Read that again, Salaki.
Habakkuk 1 and 5. "Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which you will not believe."
Right, because you're gonna have Israelites, all right, that's gonna come into the faith that's not gonna look like your average everyday Israelite, man.
Right.
That's the mystery right there, man. You know, because you got this devil Esau trying to label Hebrew Israelites as a black power movement, you know, part of this, that whole cold black shit, man. Right. You know, this is not a black power movement, man.
Right. Right.
You see, this is an Israelite thing, man. And we come in all shades and colors, man.
Yep.
You see, and that's but that scripture is going into that mystery, man. You see, go ahead and show that real quick. I wanted to show this picture. You know, brothers like to use the picture of Blake Griffin and his son. to give that example of confusion of face.
You put it on the screen.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna read the script too.
Boom.
Go into that.
Got you, brother.
This is about a bloodline, like the brother's saying. It's not a color thing. You know, it's not about, you know, if you are highly melanated, then that makes you more of an Israelite than if you know, look like an Edomite. You know, so it's not about that. And a script that goes into that is the book of Numbers 1, and I'll start at 18. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So it goes into telling to let us know that our pedigrees, which is our heritage, you know, who we are, our lineage is by the house of our fathers. So it's about the seed line of your father. That's how we know who we are, what nation from whence we belong. And a good example of that confusion of face, like the brother's talking about, is a guy, Blake Griffin. We've seen him plenty of times. We know this guy, Blake Griffin. This is his son. Blake Griffin's son, if you look at him, he looked like a so-called Edomite, a so-called Caucasian. But he looks like he could be an Edomite. But really, when you check it, Blake Griffin and his father is a Levite, or he's a Levite, he's really a Levite. But he looked like he could be an Edomite.
Get that other example.
Yeah, get that real.
It goes another great example. Another great example is Mike Conley Jr. It's a guy that plays with the Grizzlies. And these are great examples because a lot of people is giving Mike Conley, you know what I'm saying, a lot of flack about it. Saying that his son wasn't his son and so on and so forth. You know, because he looked like, once again, same example, this is his father. By the house of your fathers is how you're known, right? Now, his son looked like he could be an Edomite because the mother's an Edomite. It's just genetics is all it is what it comes down to. So this confusion of faces getting a lot into that. We don't know how the genetics are always gonna pop out. Everybody ain't gonna come out looking like Wesley Snipes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the point, and that's the reason why we decided to do the video, because it's time for, you know, more you confusion of face brothers to come out and show yourselves, man. All right? Because that's part of the prophecies, man. All right? And once the elect is sealed, man, this is it, man. All right? So you ones that, you know, you brothers out there that might be kind of nervous or whatnot, man, hey, this is the time to come and show your face, man. You know? Because there's going to be more and more brothers in these last days coming into the faith, man. Because it's prophesied, man.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, appreciate
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 12 and 9. It says, mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
Yep.
The birds round about are against her. Come ye assemble, all the beasts of the field come to devour. Right. But the main point is, the Lord said that mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird, man. So Israel is going to look like it's going to be, Israel is scattered, you know, over all the world, man. Not all Israelites that going to come up going to look like your average everyday, you know, Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man. You know, you got Israelites that look like so-called, you know, East Indians, like so-called white people, Arabs, and on down the line, man. But like the brother said, it all goes back to a seed line, man. Whatever your father's line goes back to, man. That's to indicate if you are an Israelite or not, man.
Yep. That's it, man. You know, hey, there's plenty of examples that the Lord gave us, man. Just like the brother just read that Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, he said that our heritage was like unto a speckled bird, man. Because Jake comes in a variety of colors, man. You see? Every Jake ain't gonna be dark skinned, every Jake ain't gonna be light skinned, man. It's various colors, man. And then when you understand the curses, we were transported to every nation on the planet, man. And Jake intermingled with those heathens in those lands, man. So of course they're gonna come out looking like the heathen, man. But those still Israelites at the end of the day.
Like the example the elders always use, man. You know, like you had whenever Jake, you know, fled out of Israel during 70 AD. You know, went up there with Ireland, with the Irish. Yeah, so you know, Jake was up there during the time when they was calling themselves Moors, you know, popping them Edomite women. You know, and what happens? You know, the kids gonna come out looking, you know, more and more like an Edomite. The more they deal with, you know, the so-called, you know, white people or whatever, and their seed is gonna look completely white. But you know, their seed line is actually Jake, though, man. You know, because it's all about the line of the father.
Right. And it's funny you say that. I lived a little time in Italy, and in Italy there's an island off the coast of Italy, the southern coast of Italy, and it's called Sicily.
Yep.
And a lot of Sicilians, you hear about a lot of Sicilians, they're Jakes. A lot of the Moors were there, heavily in that area. and you can tell the difference between a lot of the Sicilians, because even the ones that left from Italy and came here, they got swag, they got a different spirit, they got a different flavor about it. They ain't just like your regular everyday Edomite, because the likelihood is the majority of them are probably most likely Israelites.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And you can tell by the spirit.
Hey,
You know?
Because
sometimes it's not, the brother's talking about that, it's not just about how you look or how much melanin you have in your skin, so to speak. You know, it also goes into the spirit, like the brother you about to get into.
That's the main indicator. This is Romans 8:16. It says the spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And that's what the brother's saying, man, because your spirit indicates if you are an Israelite, man, because you hear this word and it jives with you, man, then you're an Israelite, man. You know, it doesn't matter on what you look like, man. We know through the spirit, you know, we talking about how, you know, the Sicilians, they have sauce, man. You know, the scripture tell you that, you know, Israel is the salt of the earth, man.
That's right.
So you have examples like, you know, Bruce Lee, you know, what's some more? Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, John Travolta, and on down the line, even Bob Marley, because, you know, this confusing face thing is a stumbling block, because, you know, you see Bob Marley, his dad was like a so-called white man, but you just sit there and listen to his music. No Edomite is going to make music the way he did, man. It's how you know he's a Jake, man, you know? So it just, you keep the spirit, man, you know? You don't go off of the flesh, man, because that's being carnal-minded, you know?
And like I said, stressing the spirit is Jake moves a certain type of way in his spirit. It's only something that Jake can understand, man. And that's how we know in the spirit, as we just read, that our spirit bears witness with the spirit that we are the children of the Most High, man. That's just what it is, man. You know?
That's a good point. There's a guy, everybody's had this in high school, we used to call him White Mike. White Mike was like a Jake. You know what I'm saying? He looked like an Edomite, but he vibed like a Jake. He got his haircut, he acted, the things he wore, even the way, like, his whole demeanor, his whole disposition, he was an Israelite. Not knowing, but people used to call him different names, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, because he didn't act like a so-called Edomite, you know what I'm saying? They used to call him Wigger and stuff like that, but really, the spirit is highly likely that he was an Israelite.
I got a quick up for you. This Matthew 5:13. It says, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men."
So the scriptures say that we are the salt of the earth, man. We are the people with the flavor, man. You see, and that's why, once again, just referencing that scripture in Romans 8:16 about our spirit bearing witness with the spirit, man. You see what I'm saying? It's Jake. Ain't nobody got it like Jake, man. You know, and nobody has our spirit, man. You know, and that's why, as we stressing in the lesson, you know, you brothers that believe on this word, that don't look like your average everyday Israelite, man. It's time for you to come out, man. It's time for you to show face, man. You know.
You agree with the word, you know, it drives in your spirit, man. Come out here and, you know, and get built up so you can push the word, man. Do your due diligence that the Lord demands of you, man.
Because ultimately, this is about your salvation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're driving your spirit for your own salvation, it might behoove you to go ahead and do that.
That's right.
All right. This is the book of Ezra. The book of Ezra 9 and 7. Ezra 9 and 7, and it reads, "Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands to the sword."
Right, you see, and that's because we trespassed against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So we were delivered into the hands of our enemies. Okay, keep going.
"To captivity and to a spoil and to confusion of face as it is this day."
Right, you see, and that confusion of face, that's punishment, man. That's divine punishment by the Heavenly Father, man. Of having our bloodline mixed up with these heathen, man. Jake coming out looking like the heathen nations, man. You see?
That's right.
You know, so hey, that's a precept to that Daniel's 9 and 7, man. You see? But hey, but in these last days, as the scriptures tell you, we just read that the Lord was going to do something that you were not going to believe. And people are not going to believe, that when they see, look, if you got an Israelite that doesn't look like, you know, the Israelites, man, you got to believe that they're going to your average everyday Israelite, you know, people are going to not believe that. They're not going to believe that that person is an Israelite, man, based off his outward appearance, man. But in the spirit, he's a Jake. You see?
It's Tobit 13:3. It says, confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them.
Read that again. See, that's the point. You know, because the true Gentiles, all right, which is the Israelite foreigners, man.
Yep.
All right, read that one more time out.
This is Tobit 13:3. Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he has scattered us among them.
Yeah, he have scattered us among the actual natural Gentiles, man, the heathen, man.
Right.
You know, Jake was scattered to the four corners, man. You know, Jake, you got Jake all up in Europe, you know, South America, the islands, Asia, India. You see, and those same Jakes that scattered into these lands, they're being oppressed and persecuted in these lands that they're scattered to, man. Because in Deuteronomy, it tells you, roughly paraphrase it. Matter of fact, we get it, Deuteronomy 28, and I think it's that we shall find no rest, no ease in the lands that we are at. Roughly paraphrasing, if you know what I said. You know, which proves that these Israelites in these other lands, in these foreign lands, they're Jake, man, because they're suffering under the curses as well. You know?
Perfect example of that, you know, the Dalit, you know, over there in India, man. You know, they're you know, on the outskirts of the society, man. They deem them as untouchable. But they fall with the same curses that, you know, the Jake over here, you know, they suffer, man. You know, they go through the same thing. They get ousted like we do over here, man. So it's showing you that they're Israelites because the curses follow them. You know, they had their own little Black Panther type movement and all that, man. Showing you that's Jake, man.
Yeah, you got it.
It's Deuteronomy 28:65, and it reads, and among these nations shalt thou find no
The
ease.
scriptures say, among these nations, you shall find no ease, man, because Jake was scattered to all the different nations. Go ahead.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind.
Right, so no matter where Jake is scattered around the world, he's being oppressed, he's in poverty, all right, he's being discriminated against, all right. They even call Jake, like, you know, different bywords and proverbs in these other lands too.
Right, now they be an example of that.
You know?
That word literally means untouchable, you know, undesirable.
You see? So no matter where our people are in the earth, they're under the curses, man.
You can't run from the curses.
You can.
I got Ezekiel.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the book of Ezekiel 11:16, and it reads, therefore say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right, so you got different bodies of the church, or the different churches, the different bodies that make up Yahweh Shai. You got Jake scattered in these different lands, man. But he said that I shall be as a small sanctuary in the lands that he have driven us to, man. Because you got the elect, they're everywhere, man. You know, you got Jake, you know, bringing out the truth out in London, you know, Europe, Africa, South America, the islands. You see? So the Lord, read that again. That's heavy.
This is Ezekiel 11:16. It says, therefore say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right. So you got different camps all over the globe, man. That's prophecy. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Therefore say, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. Verse 18, and they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations thereof from thence.
Right, because you got the true elect that's been scattered, that's coming back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, on one accord, man. You know, that's coming back to the truth. You know, go ahead.
Verse 19, and I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and I will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and I will give them a heart of flesh. Verse 20, that they may walk in my statutes and keep mine ordinances and do them, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power.
Right, which is going into the kingdom, man. You know, we're gonna be back in righteousness, man. Our people are not gonna go off no more. We're gonna be made perfect, man. He said he was gonna give us he was gonna take away that stony heart and give us a heart of flesh, man. You know, the laws is gonna be written in our minds, man. We're gonna be made perfect in that day, man. You know.
I would think that.
Go ahead.
It's John 10 and 16. It says, and other sheep I have which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Because you know, because like I said, man, our people are scattered all across the world, man. So, but what's going to be the defining factor is they're going to hear this word, man, and it's going to jive with them, man. That's what's going to bring them back into the fold, man. Because like Yahushua said, man, hey, my sheep hear my voice. So that's what, no matter what they look like, man, they're gonna hear the word and they're gonna jive with it, man. That's why you're gonna have brothers that look like so-called look like Edomites, Ishmaelites, and so on, man. You know, you're starting to have that with Apostle Alumni. You know, you got brothers waking up in Romania, you know, Portugal, and so on down the line, man, because they hear Yahushua, man, through these words, you know, something with Apostle earlier, the great millstone, man.
It's beautiful you bring that point out. You say something just real briefly. You said, the Lord said, Yahushua said, my sheep hear my voice, and he said, and they follow me. Like, you don't, it's spiritual. You know, the sheep of the Lord, they're going to follow him. So, for you brothers out here that's kind of on the fence, so on and so forth, like, it's prophecy. You know what I'm saying? If this job in your spirit, you're going to follow the How About Shemel Shah. Because it's already been predestinated, preordained to happen.
Right.
It's in Luke 2 and 29. If you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them.
So the prophecies keep speaking about how the nation of Israel was scattered, man, to the different lands of the world. Go ahead.
It says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
It said in the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves, all right? That's not only talking about America, man, all right? You got Jacob in Canada, South America, London, and the islands, all right? This is talking about all over the world, man. In the land of their captivities, they should remember themselves, man. That's the reason why you have all these Israelites from these different lands calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, claiming to be Israel, man, because that's the prophecy.
And I know that I am, and shall know that I, the Lord, their power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name. Right,
and that's happening right now, man. They shall praise me in the land of their captivities and shall think upon my name, man. You see?
And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord.
See, Jake all over the world is coming out of that Gentile state of mind, man. Wherever he's been driven to, man. Because you got Jake that keep the customs and the languages, all right, and the customs and the languages of these different lands. You see? So now you got Jake coming out of that and coming back to his true heritage, man. You know? We can end it on Revelation 7 and 9. You know, because when you read the book of Revelation, it talks about that great multitude that John saw in the vision, all right, that was gathered unto the Lamb, man. Meaning, so John saw in the vision Israelites that were basically, what's the word I'm looking for? That were delivered from all these other lands, but they didn't look like your average everyday Israelite, man. And that's why I wanted to get into that, man. Can you pull that word kindreds from that verse?
This is Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb.
Right. All nations, kindreds, tongues. They said that they all stood before the Lamb. This is a great multitude going into the elect, man. All right. that was delivered, man. All right. So you got Jake from all over the world. All right. Standing before the throne of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. Keep reading real quick. I'm gonna get that Kendrick.
Before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Right.
And cried with a loud voice, saying, "Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb."
You see? So this is a great multitude that's being described in the scriptures, man. All right, but Esau, he'll try to use the scripture as if God is coming to save all nations, man, which is not true. And to prove that great multitude is Israelites, I want to get this word in the blue letter, that word kindreds, all right? Because it said kindreds, that great multitude of kindreds, tongues, they all stood before the throne, all right?
Right.
So let's see what it says.
All right. It says, it's in the blue letter. All right, it says, one second.
No, you good.
All right. That word kindreds.
Salakia. Salakia. Because that's the main point, man. The point that we're trying to make is that great multitude is not talking about all nations, man. All heathen nations, man. It's talking about the elect that were scattered amongst those heathen nations, man. Nah, I got it. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick. Salakia.
It's a tricknology, man.
Yeah. That's all good. I'll get it real quick. Read that scripture again.
Revelation 7 and 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindred and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands.
Right, so that Greek word for kindreds in that verse, all right, is phile in the Greek, Strong's G 5443, phile, and it says a tribe, and it says, definition A, it says in the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. So you can't get around that, man. These were all Israelites, all right, that were scattered through the midst of all these nations that were gathered before the throne of the Lamb, man. All right. So that's proof. It's not talking about the actual heathens. It's talking about the Israelite foreigners, man. You see? You know. So the point of the matter, man. You Jakes out there. All right, you confusion of face Jakes out there that vibe with this word, that believe in this word, man. You know, show your face, man. Come out, man. All right, so that you can be sealed, man. And we get out of here, man.
Right.
This is all about the elect, man. Once the elect is sealed, that's it, man.
Right.
You know. Hey, well, look, we hope that lesson was edifying to you brothers out there. You know, before we close out, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Wadash. All right? Double honors to our elders and apostles. A great millstone that taught us is true. And double salutations to all you Akim out there that's pushing. Shalom.
Shalom. Man, I don't know if the water, that shit, what these moves.